What's happening, YouTubers? It's your boy CB, and we are back for my favorite segment on the channel, Huddle Watch Alongs with Recruits. Y'all know when y'all see this smile, it's because we got an offensive playmaker on the show today. For those of you guys that are fans of running backs and just fans of offensive playmakers and explosive offensive threats and offensive weapons, you have clicked on the right episode. 2028 elite running back Anthony Howard Jr. from IMG is everything I just mentioned and more. A complete 3-down back, a guy that can get you the tough yards in between the tackles, but can also run over you, then put his foot in the ground and completely outrun every DB in your secondary. He has the complete package and is going to be one of the best recruits in his class, regardless of position. But you don't want to hear from me. You want to hear from the superstar himself, fresh off a fire combine appearance for IMG that we'll get into later. 2028 elite running back Anthony Howard Jr. How's it going, bro?
It's going good, sir.
How's your offseason been so far? I know it's been busy on the recruiting front, on the training camp front, on the visits. Catch everyone up in the chat with what it's been like for you since the season ended.
It's kind of been a little smooth though, cause I just got IMG, so like I've been kind of working in between their things, getting everything situated. So, but then I took a visit to Florida State, Florida, for the junior days, and it was great. They all showed love.
How is it balancing that, Ant? Like when you are in the middle of the off season and you got camps, you got recruiting, you got visits, you got workouts. How is it balancing all that? Can it be overwhelming, or are you at the point where now you understand how to manage it?
I'm at a point where I don't understand how to manage it. I don't really see it overwhelming. It's just like all the hard work starting to pay off. So you love to see all this happening.
That's what I like to say. It's a blessing. Even to feel a little bit overwhelmed by it is a blessing, because I would imagine from the very first time you picked up a football, you was like, yeah, I want Miami offer. I want the FSU offer. I want Georgia knocking down my door. And for all that to be happening now is just a sign of everything you've done up until this point has paid off and will continue to pay off. So before we get into the offers, I got to ask about one of the coolest things anyone at that school gets to do. You guys put on your own pro day. IMG puts on a pro day every year where it's not just media that gets to go, but scouts get to go, college coaches get to go, recruiting coordinators. What was that experience like for you getting to compete at the IMG Pro Day?
It was pretty cool, to be honest, because I never did this before. So like me going out there, like they had all their medias, like they let us talk to all like the rivals, the 247. Like they was just asking us questions about like how recruitment going and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool, to be honest. Like, I ain't never go through it, so like of course I'm happy.
It's cool because that kind of stuff gets you ready for when you do go to camps. But not just that, you're gonna be at the NFL Combine in a few years. So all these little things are getting you ready for that next experience. It's one of the things I love about IMGs. They're not just preparing you on the field. They prepare you guys to be elite in college and at the next level after that. How excited are you for your first year with IMG?
I'm pretty ready. Like I'm ready to just go and get the spring started. Go and showcase what I can do. Cause I've been putting in work. I
Oh yeah,
was
we gonna see that in a second. So
yeah.
before we get into that though, one of the fastest rising recruits, regardless of class, I really do feel like every time I get on my social media, if it's not an offer, it's a graphic or a school just letting you know, hey Ant, we just want to wish you well this week. We just want to let you know that you still on our minds. But I gotta ask you about your very first one, Ant. Your very first offer. Do you remember it?
Yeah, it was Marshall.
What was that day like?
I ain't gonna lie, I was at work, like, cause I was during the summer, I was working with my dad, so I wasn't really expecting it, but like I got a call from my dad got a call from the head coach. And he was like, Marshall's off of your son. I was like, what? I was shocked. I'm like, I ain't was like, no, Marshall was recruiting me. Like they was like
They
telling like
did. they did. They was like, hey, we ain't gonna waste no time. Call his daddy right now.
But I think everybody don't know. Like I was really supposed to get Miami in like 7th grade because like they was already. I went to their camp. I went to their camp back in 7th grade and I balled out. And they told me to come back 8th grade summer and they was gonna offer me. So like I already knew I was kind of gonna get Miami. So like we already had no connections with me and Miami band.
So what was it like the day when it did come through? Obviously, you already have that relationship that's starting to build up. They know you at this point. You know, like when they signing up for junior day visits or a camp, they like, all right, we're gonna make sure Aunt show up. They know you on a first name basis at this point. But what was it like that day when you got that offer from the Miami Hurricanes?
Man, it was a blessing because like I was just like, dang, I've been showing up to their camps because like I knew I was gonna get the offer when I was like they had me going against all these 11th, 12th grade linebackers like out there at the camp. So I was like, yeah, and I was doing them. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah, so you're like, hey, this is
I was like, yeah,
for real. They set me up. Like they want to see something.
yeah.
So Coach Cristobal has one of the best culture building programs in the country, but he's also known for building relationships too. What have your interactions been like with Coach Cristobal?
Oh, it's been great. He a straight up dude. Like he keep it 100. Like he going if he wants you, if he say he wants you, he wants you. Like he trying to recruit you. And to be honest, he been showing nothing but straight love to me and my family ever since he met me from day one, since 7th grade. Like it always been like a great connection. So
It seems like he's big on that. He's big on the relationship side of recruiting too. Like you said, since 7th grade, not just being cool with you, but you got to recruit the parents too. And you got to make sure they're just as comfortable with the decision as well. And it seems like him and the staff is great about that. Have you gotten a chance to talk with Coach Merritt yet, the running back coach?
Merritt, yeah, I talked it up with him. He kind of a new guy. He kind of a new guy at Miami. So like,
Yes, he is.
I met him last year. So and he was pretty good dude. He came to my school, Arbondale, when I was still at Arbondale. He came to Arbondale this in January, like before I made the move. And like he was just chopping it up with me and my coach, me and my dad. And
What's that like? A day in high school when you know a Miami is showing up, a Auburn may be showing up, a UCF may be showing up. Is that something even in your wildest dreams? If I'd have went back to you when you were like just starting Pop Warner, if I'd have told you, hey, Aunt, your freshman year in high school, Coach Merritt, the running back coach from Miami, is showing up to your school, pulling you out of class so he can talk to you. What do you think you would have said to that?
I would have been like, man, you lying. I would have been like, ain't no way.
But that goes back to what you said earlier, though. That hard work is starting to pay off in ways that in your mind would have been crazy 4 years ago. And now this is your day to day. This is your reality. So let's stay in Florida because we got to hit the big three because you got every single one of the big three. You mentioned you were at FSU Junior Day. What was that experience like?
Oh, it was great. They actually gave us some apparel. Like they showed love. We ate good there. They was showing us the campus tour. Like they talked about like their academics and stuff like that. Like and how they gonna help us when we, like if we were to come there, like how the academic side will work and stuff like that. So it was pretty great.
You hear a lot of times that Coach Norvell is a player's coach. Like anytime I have a recruiter on, I talk about Norvell. They like, oh no, he just like the homie. He real cool. He's real chill.
Yeah, cool.
Did you get that same vibe from him?
Yes, sir. He cool. He real cool dude. Coach Norvell, real cool dude.
It seems like I don't know if that's just a Florida swagger or just when you become a coach in Florida, you become a little bit cool. Because Mario's kind of the same way. Then when you look at Florida, you hear the same things.
Yeah,
you hear that staff, that staff over there is just like they so player friendly and they're inviting. What was your visit like down there to the swamp to see the Florida Gators?
Well, they were big on outside of football, like their environment outside of football. Like that's what they real big on. And like they real big on building a good foundation and building like having a great culture and just having a great culture there outside of football. So like during the season, after the season over with, like it's you still getting that type of vibe, that good vibe. So like that's what they.
I like that they brought that up because I think people forget that you're gonna play ball somewhere, but you got to live there for 3 years too. Like that's gonna be your crib for 3 years. So I like that they're when they're bringing you on, hey, this is what we can do with you. This is what our offense. But also when football's over, it's still X, Y, Z. Like so, you're understanding how my life gonna be like. Yes, Friday night, Saturday nights are going to be a movie in the swamp. It always is. But what's a random Wednesday like? You know what I'm saying? Like in the off season. So I like that they got that foresight to talk about that as well. And if I don't bring this one up, I would be remiss because it has to be one of the coolest things in the world to get an offer from the reigning national champions.
Yeah.
When Ohio State picks up the phone and they say, we've had elite running backs here going all the way back to Maurice Clarett, Ezekiel Elliott, Judkins, who was a monster this past year. When they pick up the phone and they say, we see that same talent in you. What was that day like, getting a call from the national champions?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. When I got Ohio State, I was like, yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, I'm that boy.
Yeah. I was just surprised, but like at the same time, I showed up and I did what I supposed to did at the pro day, so I was expected to get these type of results. So I was just hard work. Yeah.
What is your mindset when you go to camps? Not just the IMG Pro Day, but when you go into a UA Next camp, when you go into a Rivals camp, any or a school Pacific camp, what's your mindset day before and when you walking into one of them camps to compete?
My mindset really is just to dominate and just show that what I've been working on, and show everybody out here who Anthony Howard Jr. is. Like, show everybody who I'm in. Let them know.
That's the best way to say that, because a lot of times people go and they go with a chip on their shoulder, whether it's, I'm not a 4-star yet, I'm not a 3. I like that you like, hey, look, whatever the ranking is, they gonna know Ant when I leave this mode. I promise you that. I promise you, wherever y'all got me on whatever board, everybody gonna know who I am by the time I walk out of here. That competitive driving you. For those of y'all that are like, all right, I gotta see why the reigning national champions offered a not just a running back, but a freshman running back. I'm gonna put you on the spot. I like to ask tough questions, and if I gotta ask you to win a football game, what would be more enjoyable for you? Would it be a 50-yard one-cut go, or if you punch one in at the goal line against a tough defense? I'm talking about to win state. Which one would be more enjoyable for you?
I ain't gonna lie, for me, a 50 yard.
Yeah. No.
50 yard. I like that, the breakaway. And I want to show my explosibility, like show people that now I not only can run people over, like I can break away, I can score 60 yards, touchdowns, I can do everything.
The thing you see a lot with you too, when you see speed guys, it's no disrespect to any speed running backs, but usually they're just speed guys. But your vision in the open field, your vision in tight spaces is crazy too. When do you feel like that vision started to develop, when you started to see things a little bit slower than everybody else?
Like when the vision started to develop, like in my career?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, probably it was when I knew I had crazy gut skills. It was 6th grade. 6th grade. It was 6th grade. Because I scored 4 touchdowns in one game. And I was like, yeah.
Have you always played running back, even dating back to when you first picked up a football?
I always played running back, but like, I played most positions too. Like, I played like linebacker, like pretty much everything, to be honest.
Oh yeah, you was everywhere. They was like, hey, put that boy at safety. What was it about running back though that just felt natural to you, that felt like home?
My dad played linebacker, so like I always wanted to do something opposite of what my dad did. So like, and I always knew about linebacker. Like growing up, my dad taught me a lot about linebacker. So I was telling myself, like, why not play running back? Because I know what the linebacker gonna do. I already know.
Yeah, you got a cheat code. Yeah, you got a cheat code. That's different. Having that resource you can rely on. It's an underrated part of your game, because you're gonna see it when people tweet out. They're gonna say speedster. They're gonna say explosive running back. Bro, the first person never tackles you. Whether it's an arm tackle, whether it's he trying to put his helmet in your chest. I am yet to see the first offender ever get you down. Speak to that mindset where it's, I don't care who you are, the first guy's never getting me.
It's just a mindset when you training, you gotta tell yourself, man, you're gonna dominate. You gotta tell yourself all the hard work you can be putting in, you're gonna let it show in the field. And you don't let nobody, ain't nobody gonna outwork me. That's my mindset in everything I do. I'm never gonna get outworked.
You feel like the physical side of your game goes underrated, because you turn on the film and we see 60 yard, but then I'm also watching you stiff arm a corner and watching him fall on the ground. I'm watching you run through arm tackles. I'm watching you punish people at the end of runs. You feel like the physical side of your game goes overlooked a little bit because of the explosive plays?
I mean, not really, because I show that inside my film too, and pass blocking and everything. So like, you really getting a complete back out of me. Like, I'm not just no one dimensional running back.
That's what I was my next question, bro. My next question was for somebody that's this explosive and can give you a 20 touchdown season on the ground. You care about the little things. Like you actually care about being a good pass blocker. You care about being a good route runner. Where does that come from? That desire to be that complete 3-down guy?
Because I know once I get to college, everybody gonna be good. Everybody gonna be good at running football. But a lot of people, what they lack on blocking. They lack on catching the ball out backfield. So I just pick on the little things in my game to try to help me just to get to that next level and be great, be the elite running back I am.
This is what I'm talking about here. When it's I gotta get 10, arm tackle gone. Like I said, y'all gonna watch every play here. I promise you, this first dude is never touching it. He's never getting him to the ground. So first dude, arm tackle gone. Then it's I'm gonna finish this run. It's an extra 4 yards after contact. Them legs never stop moving through contact. You do the physical, the small things just as well as you do the explosiveness, but the patience too. For someone with your breakaway speed, you have that patience to set up your blocks. Have you always been patient, or did you have to learn how to be a bit more of a patient runner?
I had to learn because like I know I was always one of the faster guys. So like coming to like seventh grade, I had my partners. They really like it was like nah, your speed there. Now you just gotta work on your patience. And I promise you, nobody will be able to stop you. You like once you get to your patience come through these gaps. Ain't nobody gonna be able to stop you because you got the
Because
breakaway
your
speed.
pops was a linebacker, bro. He's sitting here watching you like, all right, if he developed some patience, I wouldn't have nothing to do with that. Like, I wouldn't be able to stop him. So he looking at that from a different perspective. He looking at that like, yo, if somebody with that kind of speed also had the patience to wait till this guard get to the second level on me, I wouldn't be able to stop this.
Oh yeah,
Then putting blocking, not just caring about blocking, but putting blocking on your film is one of my favorite things on the planet. And because that tells me you really care about this, not just from a standpoint where I'll work on it. You put it a part of your highlight package saying like, hey, this is one of my elite plays too. Like the 50-yarder was fire, but watch me blow up this dude and protect my quarterback.
yes
That
sir,
shows me someone that truly does take pride in blocking.
yes sir. Got to.
So who are some of the running backs you like to look up to? Who are some of the guys you like to watch and study?
I ain't gonna lie. I got good three. Saquon, Bijan Robinson, and Jameer Gibbs. They're my top three.
I I mean, I don't know if you can get a better three than that, fam. Especially when you talk about versatile. All three of those running backs are 3-down guys. They're different size guys, but they're all 3-down guys. And they're all explosive in their own way. As big as Saquon is,
Yeah.
if Saquon hit that second level, he gone. We saw
Gone.
that this year. He's still gone. He got legs like a tree trunk, but don't get it twisted. He put his foot in the ground and go and start going downhill. Saquon still has breakaway speed. He still has fantastic open field speed. The Gibbs one, you are basically a you're just Jamar Gibbs in high school at this point. Is that one was so perfect. I like that. Those are three running backs that the second you turn on your film, you can see all three of them. You can see the different aspects in those guys. How much is film study a big part of your game, bro? Because to be able to not just be a patient runner, have the vision you have, but it also seems like you before the play, you know what the defense is trying to do to you. At least that tells me that film study is a huge part of your game. So, how big is film study a part of your preparation?
Well, it's a big part because without watching film, you ain't gonna really know what the defense gonna have for you and what like the key guys and like what they good at doing. So I try to attack. Like when I watch their film, I try to attack all the bad things that they do, and I just go hard at it, and that's what helped me in the game when I'm playing against.
Did you start to notice that teams started stacking the box against you? Because
Yes, sir. Every
after a
game,
while,
every
yeah.
game.
Listen, and with all due respect, I'm only finna let you rip one or two 60s before I'm like, all right, y'all, everybody in the box. No disrespect to nobody else on this offense, but he he not gonna beat me. How was it adjusting your style and how you approach the game when you realize they're putting 8, 9, 10 in the box to stop me?
You know, I kind of been going through that since like 7th grade. Like, so I always had to play to it, and like what really helped me. A lot of teams, like my offensive coordinators, they'll use me out the backfield, like throw me, pitch me the ball or something, and let me take them outside because I'm really very good at outside running too. So
That's one of that goes back to earlier when we talked about how much pride you take in being a complete 3-down back. They can't scheme against you because your OC is like, cool, I'll swing him the ball at the backfield if I have to. Like, there's nothing you're gonna be able to do just to stop Ant. If you stack the box, I'll split him out in the slot if I need to. But
yes,
you also have that skill set that gives your offensive coordinator that versatility, that ability to go, okay, this is what they think we finna do with you today, but we gonna do something totally different. They done seen you pound the ball inside last game for a $175 and 2 touchdowns. We running all toss sweeps this week. They not about to see it coming. Like
you know
that's why that versatility is huge.
Yes, sir. You know the craziest thing this year too? I only finished 2 games. I only had 2 complete games. Two complete full games.
Oh, y'all were cooking people that bad?
Yeah.
That's insane. Because the numbers you put up, hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I know it's numbers. That's insane. The fact that you really only, so the numbers could have been crazy. They literally, you could have put up video game numbers.
Yes, sir. That's what a lot of people don't know that. When they watch my film, they'll be thinking I played the full game, but I only played like the first half. And that was about it.
Are you the type where when they start to pull you out, you like no? You like, come on,
I let everybody eat. I love to watch my teammates eat.
That's another thing I think people don't realize that as your star shines, it illuminates other people. So you going off, Auburn showing up, Syracuse showing up. Now your quarterback has Auburn looking at him too, because now they're like, oh, but the quarterback cold too. Let me offer him. Or they looking at one of your offensive linemen like, I turn on the tape to see Ant, but man, his guard cold. How much pride do you take in that as well? That as your star shines, it's able to help other people around you better their future too.
I take so much pride in that because them are the guys that helped me get to this point, and they push me every day in practice. So, like, I love to see all my dogs, everybody eat. Like, I love to see everybody eat. I'm not just no selfish type of running back. Like, I love to see all the guys eat.
I think that team first mentality that even when I was like, hey, you want to stay in the game, get more yards? You instantly was like, nah, I want somebody else to eat too. I didn't, hey, I got 250. Like, I want somebody else to come in and get the same production. That's why the offer sheet is what it is. So let's go back to this because you got the Infinity Gauntlet of Florida. I like to call it the Infinity Gauntlet because it's about 6 schools and you got all of them. One that just produced a fantastic running back in Harvey who did some great things at the combine. UCF shot that offer as well. What was that day like you got that offer, and what's that relationship like with the Knights over there?
So UCF offered me when I got my Miami offer, like they offered me when I was on the road heading back. And so like I went to their camp. I went to their camp the week before that, and I was going crazy at their camp. So like they I guess they was iffy about the offer. But when I got Miami, that's when they offered me.
They was like, whoa, hey, us too. It's like, hey, hold on, and us too. Is that the most rewarding way to get an offer? And of the different ways you've gotten them, is the most rewarding one when you go and you show out at a camp and they pick up the phone?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that is like this is like they watching now. Like now you see like they got eyes, like everybody watching you.
And they saw you against everyone else too. So like you went in the 7th grade when Miami's like, okay, all right, cool. Now put them against the 10th grader. All right, cool. Bring them back to the line. Put them against the 11th grader. At some point in your head, you gotta go, all right, they're asking to see me a lot. Like this is everybody else not getting 7 reps. That has to be a really rewarding way to get an offer. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about something cool that just came down the pipeline. When we talk about RBU, when we talk about some of the best running backs to come out of college programs, you have to mention Georgia. I mean, a storied history at running back.
Herschel
You'll
Walker,
be visiting the Herschel Walker.
Sonny Michelle, all of them. You can name all of them.
You know, we could be here for hours. Just no Sean Marino. Like, I go way back. When we talk about physical football too, and elite athletes, the SEC comes to our mind. When Georgia picks up the phone and says, "Hey, we need you to come down here on campus," what was your reaction like to that phone call?
I was just like, man, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to meet everybody that Bill Bonds, because my whole family going with me. Because you know, my mom she was actually a fan of Georgia.
So she was. What was her reaction? I shouldn't even ask you about your reaction. What was her reaction?
She was shocked. She was screaming, man.
Are they like that? Now, obviously, mom's gonna be like that for Georgia because she's a Georgia fan. But what are they like on any? Do they lose their mind? Are they still at the point where no matter what offer it is, like they go crazy when an offer comes through?
Yes, sir.
That has to be a good feeling knowing you got that support staff that cares just as much as you do. Like you say, you was hyped, but then mom's she losing it, knowing like her son is getting that call from Kirby Smart, from a dude that won 2 national championships in a row, and is the poster child for physical football. That has to be super rewarding from because they see the hard work. They see the stuff we don't see. We get to see you go to a camp. We get to see that. We don't see when you staying up studying late because you want to be elite in the classroom too. We don't see when you soar and you still go out there and work. They see all the extra work. So I know they got to be super proud on them days when those offers come through.
Yes, sir. You should see my pops though when I got FSU.
Was that the one for him? So Ugga was from what? Did he lose it when you got FSU?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably like, turn up. All right, hey, look, I got no shot now. If Pops is that, if he the style of a dad, like, so my dad's a Notre Dame fan. So my dad was very Notre Dame first, but he allowed me to be a Miami fan. When you were growing up, what was it, an FSU household, or did he allow you to enjoy Georgia too? Because moms enjoy Georgia.
So like my dad was FSU. Both of my brothers loved it, Florida. So like every time FSU and Florida played, boy.
Oh, it's a movie at the crib. I know exactly. And my wife is a Notre Dame fan. Let me tell you, dog, when we play each other, ain't nothing pretty around this house. My dad trolled me. My wife trolled me. If we lose a recruit to Notre Dame, it don't even be the fans, bro. It's my own family. My own. So I could only imagine what that house was like on those Florida FSU days.
Boy.
So what were your brothers like when you got Florida? So everybody in the family had their moment when their favorite school offered you. What were bro like when you got that Florida offer?
It was like, yo, man, I'm proud of you, man. You done came a long way. It was like, it's the one, yo, Florida. I'm like,
they was like, stop the count. They was like, all right, bro. So you committing? They was like, stop the count. So they was like, can you Gator chomp? It's crazy that in your household, everybody got their own camp. Like you got 3 different camps. But what's cool is they all still come together to celebrate you. So they still celebrate the other wins. I know what that, like I said, I know what that's like because I live in a household where I got trolled when Kennedy Urlacher committed to Notre Dame. Bro, I didn't even know. Kennedy is the homie. I had him on this show. I didn't know he committed. I was driving home. I get a text from my wife. She was like, I got him. I was like, got who? She was like, Kennedy. So I text him. I was like, fam, you can give me a little bit of a heads up. So I knew that I wasn't going to get you. I had to find this out by the wife on the way home. So I'm telling you now, if you go to Notre Dame, I'm going to get trolled. So at least let me know like 5 minutes before the graphic drops so I could mute her or block her or something.
You know, it's crazy too. Like Notre Dame running back coach, he had followed me a few days ago too. Yeah, so I got
gone. See, the fact that you just said that, it just got me trolled, bro. She don't even be knowing half these players sometimes. Like Zion Griffin put Miami in his top 11, so I shared it. She quote tweeted it with the Notre Dame stuff. I'm like, you don't even know who that is. You're just trying to troll me. So yeah, she asked before I did this. Does he have a Notre Dame offer? I said not yet. Well, now I'm gonna have to tell her yes. So I gotta ask you, bro, as one of the hardest working recruits, as someone who I know grind sun up to sundown, even when it's not required of you. There's gonna be days you're gonna be tired, bro. You didn't have the pro day, you didn't have tests to study for. You got 7-on-7, you got camps coming up, you got visits. People like me want you to be on a podcast so we can ask you a whole bunch of questions. What's it like on the days when you wake up and your body's sore, your body tired, you're exhausted, but you still got to keep pushing? What's that why that keeps Anthony Howard moving on those days when his body tells him it can't?
To be honest, my why is looking back at my old self and be like, I ain't quit back then, so like why I'm doing now? Like why I'm stopping now? Like that's how I look at it. Like when I was grinding to get where I'm at now, I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking about taking those
I love
days,
that.
taking days off and doing none of that type of stuff. So why stop now? I gotta keep going.
You owe it to that. You owe it to that ant that was unranked, that didn't have an offer, that grinded. Like if he did it, it's like, bro, I did it then when I didn't have Miami, Florida State, Florida, Georgia wasn't calling, Bama wasn't calling. So if I did it then, I owe it to him. I put that hard work in. My dad always says, work in your life to make 10-year-old you happy. Because when you were 10, you thought the best of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So everything you do it not just to make the people around you happy or make you proud, but make 10-year-old you proud too. And it's the same idea. If you put in that work in 7th grade, you would be doing a dishonorable service to yourself in 7th grade if you rested on that. It was like, bro, I was lifting when nobody was calling. So imagine me not going as hard now. That's an interesting way to look at it. I've asked that question to 103 recruits, and that's the first time I've gotten that answer. I love that. It's holding yourself accountable.
Yeah,
It's like, bro,
exactly
that it's me versus me. It's like, dog, I ran hard yesterday. Why would I blow it off by not doing nothing today? That's a slap in the face to everything I did yesterday. I could have just chilled yesterday. That's a great way to look at that. And I'm telling you, I've had 104 of these, and I haven't heard no one give that answer yet. Yes. Have you always been that grounded? Because even when we talk about recruiting, when we talk about offers, when we talk, it's very grounded with you. It's very mature. Have you always approached the game and recruiting and everything from that very grounded, okay, this is cool, but I still have to work to do more?
Yes, sir. I always, cause my brother went D1 too. Like my oldest brother, he went D1 for college. So I watched how he did coming up and what he did to prepare himself for it, and just how his work ethic was. So I just use that as like, I'm like, yeah, I can do the same thing. So
what's crazy is you don't realize this now. I ain't even gonna say 2 years. Next year, there's gonna be running backs watching you saying, all right, I gotta do it how Ant do it. Because Ant take care of his schoolwork. Ant show out when he go to. That's how it go, right? Is you gonna go from let me get your gloves to now? I'm telling you, people gonna start tugging on your shirt like, hey, can I have your glove when you're done? It's gonna switch that fast. That legacy your brother passed to you, you're passing on to 50 running backs that watch you at a camp. Because the young one's gonna look at you and go, okay, if Ant do everything the right way, and he got these offers, I have to do everything the right way. I got to handle things the right way. I got to make sure I'm respectful, I'm professional, and I handle business on the field as well. They gonna have to follow in them same footsteps. The same way your brother passed that down to you, you're gonna pass that down to an entire locker room.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna be a bunch of little mini ants running around here in about 3 years. Everybody trying to get your jersey, trying to be the next you, bro. I can't wait to see this year at IMG. Y'all got a quarterback over there, Wade. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Y'all got the whole squad is crazy. I cannot wait for this year. For everyone in the chat that is not following you yet, let them know where they can follow you on Instagram and Twitter so they can keep up with you this season.
My IG is humblechild._ant7, and my Twitter is AnthonyH_2028.
Y'all click those links. I'm putting them in the description. All you got to do is click the link. It's going to take you straight to his social medias. I'm going to put his huddle down there too. Because next year, they're going to break that down game by game. Y'all going to be like, oh, IMG playing so-and-so this week. I got to see how Ant did. So I'm going to put his huddle down there. Go ahead and bookmark that now. And after next year, when you go off for your first season at IMG, we're going to have you back on so we can watch that film, sit back and enjoy another season of excellence.
Yes, sir. Got to. It's gonna be a movie
Thank
next year. Y'all
you.
boys tune
Oh,
in.
it's gonna be anytime, and I know them games are streamed. I will make sure I tweet them out so that the schools I didn't mention, I will, because somebody gonna be in the chat like, does he have our offer? Yes. If I didn't mention you, it's just because if I mention all the schools, I would keep him here all night. Bro would not sleep. He got school. He got to eat. He got things to do. Syracuse, Miami, Florida, Florida State, Auburn, Alabama, all of them, all of y'all. I promise you, if you in the chat right now, go follow Ant. If he don't have the offer, he gonna have it next week, and then you're gonna bother me about his Twitter. So just go ahead, follow him now, and don't wait. It happens every time, bro. Every time I post one of y'all, somebody be like, "Oh well, we haven't offered him yet." And 2 weeks later, hey, what's that running back from 28? Like, go follow him right now. I will make sure I tweet out the links when he does play during the year so everyone can pull up so we can show you support. I wish you nothing but good health and success, 1,000 yards and 20 touchdowns this year.
I can say one thing.
Yes, sir.
For everybody watching, y'all boys keep grinding. Every day is a day to get 1% better every day, and keep God first in everything you do. No matter what happens, keep God first. Keep His faith.
For the young guys out there, Ant, because it's guys at your old school, it's guys at your old middle school looking up to you now because they want to be the next you. Before we get out of here, I gotta ask you that. What would be your advice to them if someone watching this going, man, I'm in the 7th grade, I want to be the next Ant? What would your advice be to them?
I would say just trust your own process, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody can do what you do without you doing it. So just trust your own process and stay true to your work. Stay true to your work and trust your process, and keep God first in everything you do.
I love, hey, that man, 30 years old inside his head, bro. You got an old soul, and you got an old soul. I'm guessing you've heard that before. People have been telling you that for a minute, haven't they?
Nah, my parents, they real big on keeping God first in everything you do.
Hey, shout out to your parents. They have raised a fantastic young man. You turn out to be elite because you have elite parents that make sure you are an elite human being. And sometimes I think we get too carried away on what someone could do on the football field. So I got to take this moment to shout out your parents, because y'all didn't just turn out an elite athlete. Y'all turned out an elite young man. That's why these schools are beating down the door, because when you bring an Anthony Howard in your locker room just got better. Your culture just got better. Your running back room just got better, not just on the field, but in the classroom, in the meeting room. A kid that's going to hold himself accountable. Is going to hold everybody around him accountable as well, and a true leader. So shout out to mom and pops for raising an elite young man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all like, share, and subscribe. Go follow Ant now. I'm going to drop this. Y'all going to all bother me about his Twitter. Everything is in the description. Go follow his Instagram. Go follow his Twitter. Follow his huddle as well. Bookmark that thing so that you don't have to bother me about it during the season. But if you want it, just DM me. I got you. And I cannot wait till next year, bro. Feel free to tag me and anything. I don't care if it's Miami, Ohio State, West Buffalo State University, Community College, whatever it is, you got my support through and through.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Go follow Ant now. We out.